Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! I think as a fan of Descendants and Zombies, you guys want to watch the best videos that you can find on YouTube about zombies. Am I right? And that's what gives me great honor and pleasure in uploading these videos for everybody who is a fan of Descendants and Zombies. I would just like to take a moment to say thank you so much for all the love and support you guys have shown my YouTube channel. Somebody subscribes to this YouTube channel every day now, which was something that wasn't happening before. And it never ceases to blow my mind the love and support you guys show for Descendants and Zombies. You guys are die-hard when it comes to Descendants and Zombies. So because you guys are die-hard, I've got to be a die-hard host for you guys and love Descendants and Zombies just as much. I think it had something to do with many moons ago when girls used to show up at my door dressed up as their favorite Descendants characters trying to get me to guess who they were. And I fell in love with the characters, to be honest with you, because that same night I was on my computer and I looked up everything there was to know about your favorite stars and the franchises you loved. And I haven't had no regrets ever since. I've been uploading Descendants and videos at random ever since I found out about the franchises and how much you guys love it. And I've somehow become your voice of Descendants and Zombies, and it's become the greatest honor of my life to sit in front of this microphone and talk about Freya Skye, who I hope has a fabulous tour, because Freya Skye deserves to have a fabulous tour and to be talked about with such prestige that I feel a lot of people don't do when it comes to Freya Skye. I think it should be happening more often, especially with how she's been inspired by Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim to carry on the legacy of the Zombies franchise. What you guys got to think about is it's a lot of pressure on her shoulders being the lead in Zombies now, because Meg Donnelly did a fabulous job. And what got me about Meg Donnelly was she felt as if she wasn't good enough and living up to everybody's expectations. For sure, she was living up to everybody's expectations, and she really stole my heart as the character Addison in the Zombies franchise, because her and Milo offered a lot to the franchise. Of course, Milo was Zed, she was Addison, and their love story was something I could never seem to get enough of. Probably because I have a greater appreciation for these love stories between girls and vampires and girls and zombies. I think it's cool. And if you are a fan of Descendants of Zombies and you're watching this video because of that, I have to say to you guys, there's nothing wrong with being a fan of Descendants of Zombies. I actually love saying that to you guys. I've become famous for that quote. If you're passionate about collecting the dolls and the Descendants of Zombies merch, then more power to you. I think you should collect everything within your power to collect, because I have to be honest with you. When I saw the reactions of Kylie Cantrell and Ruby Rose Turner and Meg Donnelly revealing their dolls as their characters in the Descendants of Zombies franchises, my heart was really captivated by their emotion, because I really felt as if they were a part of something special. For those of you who don't know, when you become an action figure or a doll, your legacy is forever and always solidified. So long after their time on this earth is done, they will leave a legacy behind because of their doll, or because of their action figure, or because of their merch, or their EP. It's what goes a long way in defining a person's legacy, kind of like how I always wanted to go down in history for being one of the greatest of all time. Years ago, I never thought I had a chance of going down in history as one of the greatest of all time. I thought it would never happen, but I know now more than ever before, because of the outpouring of love and support I've received for these videos, that I will go down in history because of each and every one of you. I will never go down in history for supporting Miley Cyrus the way I did, or Selena Gomez, or Lindsay Lohan, or Hilary Duff the way I did many years ago before many of you were born, because I've been on YouTube for a very long time. But I know for sure more than I ever had that I will go down in history for being one of the greatest of all time, for being a fan and a supporter of Descendants of Zombies because of you. Because somewhere out there tonight, there's a girl watching this video when she gets home from school, when she has about 15 minutes to herself, because she wants to watch the best Descendants of Zombies videos she can find, and somebody who actually loves her favorite stars the way she does. And unfortunately for her, the critics out there, or the reviewers, the bloggers as they call themselves, love to refer themselves as, don't have that same appreciation. And my heart goes out, you guys got to know, my heart goes out to everybody who wants to watch the best Descendants of Zombies videos, because I'm excited about the next chapter. I'm excited about the tour for Freya Skye. I'm excited about everything Kylie Cantrell has happening for her. So the best way to showcase your passion is to show up and be on point, present a point in a case about why you love Descendants of Zombies, and tell everybody why you love Descendants of Zombies. You know, I love Descendants of Zombies so much that I moved into a home 5 minutes away from a soda plantation and a chemical plant which I know could explode at any given moment, but for one to talk about Descendants of Zombies, he or she has to live his life like Descendants of Zombies, and like they're a part of the Zombies franchise, because that's been a dream of all of us. I think everybody who's ever been a fan of Descendants of Zombies has wanted to dance on stage with zombies for forever, has wanted to be a part of the franchises they grew up with and the characters they could identify with, and they know everything there is to know know about their favorite characters, because that's the thing about Descendants and Zombies fans. They know everything there is to know about a Daywalker, a Nightwalker, aliens, werewolves, vampires. You guys probably know more than what I do. And I've been around a lot longer than many of you have ever been. I think I have a greater appreciation for vampires and werewolves and zombies perhaps than anybody on YouTube, because I really do love talking about the story and the history that goes with it, because of course there's a cure for zombies, there's a cure for vampirism, which is an actual disease if you actually do the research on it. So because there is actual cures for this kind of thing, I think there are so many more storylines that could be created and happen for these characters. Characters and storylines could come into the franchise that have never been seen before, and it's an exciting time, I really do believe, for everybody to be a fan of Descendants and Zombies. If you've never taken a chance on Descendants and Zombies, perhaps you should, and listen to my story. Remember how Aladdin always wanted Jasmine to trust him? Well, I think that after he earned her trust, that's all he ever wanted, and that's kind of what I wanted to do with my audiences, earn their trust, to provide you guys with the best Descendants and Zombies videos unlike anything you've ever seen. Because I really do have a greater appreciation for the stories and the history of vampires and witches and werewolves and zombies and everything in between, because there's such a supernatural lore that exists out there in this world. While it may seem so unrealistic to a lot of people and be very difficult for a lot of people to grasp, there is far more out there in this world than we ever could comprehend or ever come to terms with imagining. So because you believe in it, which is the question I have for everybody, do you believe in this kind of thing? Because it all comes down to how much you believe in it. If you believe in Descendants and Zombies, if you believe we will get to a new chapter, we will see more storylines, we will see more creative energy, that's all I've ever wanted, is for people to believe in this franchise and believe that this story will last for forever, because there is such a thing as forever. While it's been said many times over the years that time is forever and always elapsing through an hourglass, which I wish I had more time to have with each and every one of you to meet more fans of Descendants and Zombies, because I know there are 600,000 people who love Descendants and Zombies on YouTube. So because there are 600,000 fans analytically on YouTube who I have yet to meet, I've got my work cut out for me. This is a journey that I hope never ends, because time is forever and always elapsing through the hourglass, and we never know how much time we have. I've heard Kylie Control express stories about how she wanted to go back and live through the 1990s and the 1980s. So would I, because I'd love to moonwalk with Michael Jackson. I'd love to be on the stage with the Backstreet Boys dancing to their latest song. I remember when Get Down was the most popular song they had. On May 6, 1996 was a year in my lifetime that I will never ever forget, being in line to get my first copy, get my hands on the first album the Backstreet Boys had ever released. I even remember the date. I will never forget that. I remember when Batman Forever was released on June 19th, 1993. That wasn't yesterday. I still have that date in the back of my mind. I have this thing about me where I remember significant dates in history. So when it comes to the release of Twilight on November 18, 2008, I was there for that. When it comes to the Vampire Diaries premiering in the year 2010, I was there for that. So I can understand how Freya Sky feels about the franchises, the Vampire Diaries and True Blood and Twilight, because I experienced it. I experienced it ever before Freya Sky did and was introduced to it. But it just goes to show how much of a passion she has for this kind of thing. And I've often wanted to binge watch the entire Vampire Diaries series because of Freya Sky's appreciation for this kind of thing. I've seriously thought about watching Bluey because of the message that Meg Donnelly gets from Bluey. And Meg, I want you to know, or at least I would like for you to know, that there's nothing wrong with watching Bluey and SpongeBob SquarePants, because I too watch SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants is actually one of my favorite characters to talk about on the show. I love his relationship with Patrick, and how Patrick is a brainless starfish who just wants to be friends with everybody. And the thing I love about SpongeBob SquarePants so much is how resilient he was, how he never gave up on Squidward. No matter how many times Squidward was driven crazy by SpongeBob SquarePants, all SpongeBob SquarePants ever wanted to do was be friends with him. It may have taken him 13 seasons and over 600 episodes to do it and get it done, but SpongeBob SquarePants showed up every single time, and his never say die, never quit on you attitude showed everybody to better themselves in our lifetime. And I think that that message from SpongeBob SquarePants is what Meg Donnelly understands, that a lot of critics really don't understand about Meg Donnelly and what she watches. Shows like SpongeBob SquarePants and Bluey. I would love to watch every single episode of Bluey, and I'm seriously thinking about doing it, because Bluey is such a kind character. That's one thing I notice about Bluey. He might drive a dump truck from time to time. He might be involved in the craziest situations. But his heart matters to everybody who ever watched Bluey before. And I get that about Meg Donnelly, and I appreciate about her love for cartoons, because I was a cartoon fanatic. I remember when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles premiered back in the 80s. I was a huge fan of that. I have the actual video game collection of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I was a huge fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles lunchbox. I had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles book bag. I was the biggest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan in the world. So I can understand her passion for things like superheroes and cartoons, and I forever supported that. I will die a fan of superheroes. You're talking about a guy who thinks that superheroes like Spider-Man and the Incredible Hulk exist. And I've encouraged people to believe that superheroes are real on this show, because if you believe in something enough, there's no reason for you to quit on your dreams and your hopes. And that's exactly what I've wanted to do with every single video that I've ever uploaded on this YouTube channel, or at least tried to produce for you guys, while relaying a message of positive vibes. Because I really do believe that the stars, Rhea, Sky, and Kylie Control have up there somewhere out there in that constellation, because they are out there somewhere, have never shined brighter. And I'm incredibly excited about their futures and to be here to talk about it and discuss it with each and every one of you, because you guys have deserved a Descendants of Zombies podcast, a Descendants of Zombies show on YouTube for forever. And it's beyond me why Disney hasn't given it to you guys yet. They can always invest money behind a Marvel podcast. $5.2 million is a waste for a Marvel podcast. That's not what's up. That's what is happening in the Marvel multiverse. Who cares what's happening in the Marvel multiverse? What everybody wants to see is the Descendants of Zombies podcast, and I'm just so honored to be your voice of Descendants of Zombies, because I think just, comparing the two franchises with a rating of 6.2 for Zombies, 6.4 for Descendants, 718 million hours of stream time, doesn't tell me anything, only that everybody is crazy about Descendants of Zombies. I want to get to know people for who they are, and why they're a fan of Descendants of Zombies. What moments triggered their heart? What moments made them feel as if they were a part of something? Was it your ventures in the Worlds Collide tour? Was it all your investments in the Descendants merchandise? What made you a fan of Descendants of Zombies? Was it just because you loved the character? Which, again, there's nothing wrong with that. I just think your favorite stars have been criticized for no reason whatsoever, and I think it's time to show them the benefit of the doubt and showcase them for their true worth and their true value, which really is a lot. If I was to really talk about numbers here, I would be here for forever, because a net worth really doesn't tell me a whole lot about a person. I think that what I'd love to know more about are their passions and their desires to want to be a part of each and every one of your lives. I love how Freya Sky loves to play board games and video games. I love how she loves to collect stuffies, how Stitch is her spirit animal. I know everything there is to know about Descendants of Zombies because I think about each and every one of you being a fan of it. And I appreciate each and every one of you for being here because you're a fan of Descendants of Zombies. I just wish more people would upload videos about Descendants of Zombies that actually made sense, that triggered your heart and triggered why you were a fan of Descendants of Zombies. Because I think everybody, if there are 600,000 people who love Descendants of Zombies on YouTube, subscribing to this YouTube channel all the time, I think everybody has an individual reason as to why they are a fan of Descendants of Zombies that they can really identify with. And that's what's so cool about being the host of this show, and also knowing that you haven't had your dinner break before you record a video. I've uploaded over 3 videos today, and I haven't even gone on my lunch break yet, and I still have one more show to go before sunset tonight, where I'll talk a lot about Descendants of Zombies for you guys, because I dedicated the whole day to uploading Zombies videos for fans of the franchise. I know usually I upload Descendants videos, but I thought today I'd upload every Zombies video that I possibly could for people who wanted to find something actually to appreciate, because I think that if people upload videos about zombies, they're just, criticizing a franchise that they really don't know anything about, and I wish more people would actually try to give it the benefit of the doubt. I say this because I've seen a lot of reaction videos about zombies recently, and none of the reaction videos, to be honest with you, made sense to me. They were pretty much just making fun of the characters, making fun of a certain scene. People would even pause the video and Google certain aspects of zombies that they couldn't make sense of. I mean, what's so difficult to understand about a daywalker and a nightwalker and the confliction that exists over a bloodfruit and a moonstone? I thought it was really cool. I thought the sci-fi kind of feel that Zombies presented by Zombies 4, from the cartoon opening to the Legend in the Making dance number, it really went a long way in defining what Zombies was setting up for a future. And then I read online about how there's no official confirmation on a release date for Zombies. People are speculating is late up until 2028. I mean, even if it doesn't happen until 2028, okay, that's cool. I'm fine with it. If it doesn't happen until 2028, I'll upload Zombies videos every day for the rest of my life and die on this show as a fan fan of Descendants of Zombies, because as far as I'm concerned, the most support I've ever received for every video I've ever uploaded is because of Descendants of Zombies and because of this niche. Because your love for this franchise is truly unconditional. And I think if more people realize that, they would have more nice things to say about Descendants of Zombies, but because they don't perceive it that way and choose to receive it that way, I think that more people are choosing to resort to criticism because that's the only thing they know how to get a rise out of people or get a reaction. And I think that if you shy away from criticism and focus on what matters, which pretty much are the fans of a franchise like Descendants of Zombies, then that's really what it comes down to. And that's why I can sit here before my lunch break today and record over 3 videos before noon about Descendants of Zombies, because I know how much it means to each and every one of you. And honestly, with 3 days out from Halloween, I'm actually excited because I get to see people dressing up as their favorite Descendants characters and coming to my door again, because it's a whole lot of fun. And I think that everybody deserves to have fun being a fan of this franchise and to have fun with the franchises, make their own predictions about what they think is going to happen next, what could be inside of this vortex. Because I'm going to be honest with each and every one of you. I don't know what's inside of this thing. I just speculate it could be mermaids, pirates, witches, sirens, like everybody else. And I appreciate the conversations that happen on these forums. I think discussion forums are blowing up because of Descendants of Zombies, and that's exactly what should happen for it. I think that you should be proud to be a fan of collecting the dolls, the Descendants of Zombies merch. If you're a fan of whatever reason you're a fan of Descendants of Zombies, I support you and I'm here because of you, and this show exists and has happened because of each and every one of you. It certainly didn't happen because a group of myself and my friends sat down and said, okay, let's make a show about Descendants of Zombies and see how many people subscribe. It never happened for me like that. I just uploaded one Descendants of Zombies video at random last year, and it exploded with over 1,500 views. And I've been uploading videos about Descendants of Zombies ever since. It never happened because of a meeting between myself and 3 or 4 of my friends in university who helped me with the set of the show, which actually did happen, but it never happened because I just decided to upload Descendants of Zombies videos at random. It happened because of your guys' love and support. It happened because you guys believed in these franchises as much as what you did, and I can never seem to say thank you enough for all the love and respect that you've shown this YouTube channel, because the reality is I'm up against thousands of Descendants of Zombies YouTube creators, but I really believe that even with me being up against thousands of Descendants of Zombies YouTube creators, they don't share in the same passion and desire to create Descendants of Zombies videos that I do with each and every one of you, because I understand my audience. If you guys feel a certain way about Descendants of Zombies, I look forward to hearing why you feel the way you do about Descendants of Zombies and hearing your predictions and discussing those with you. Because I like to break down Descendants of Zombies with commentating on the franchises, and if you notice, when you watch a Descendants of Zombies video on YouTube, nobody ever breaks down the franchises the way they were forever and always meant to be represented. I've seen far too many videos that are so-called reactions about a music video like Rewrite the Stars or Legends in the Making that really make no sense to me whatsoever. And your options really aren't that great. You have one cat ear headphone wearing lady who doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, and you have another guy who lives with his mom shooting videos out of his mom's basement, which is not really, a great option to resort to, but I mean, that's all you got on YouTube, so at least you have this show here for you forever and always. And come to think of it, I would love to upload videos about Descendants of Zombies for the rest of my life. This has nothing to do with me ever being monetized or qualifying for the YouTube Partnership Program, because I don't care if I'm ever monetized. All I've ever cared about is your passion and you sharing your stories with me as to why you're a fan of Descendants of Zombies in the comments. Because in all honesty, guys, this is the greatest honor of my life and the most fun that I've ever had. This is an honor for me to talk about your favorite stars and to put them on a pedestal that they have forever been deserving of being on, and I think there is no greater honor than getting the response that I've received for these videos. It's been an honor for me to be in your presence, to discuss all things and everything Descendants of Zombies. I never ever thought these videos would have such an incredible reach, because I never know. Every time I upload a video and go to Booster Juice, come home being depressed that the guy who owns Booster Juice's actual name is not Booster, and you haven't lived until you discover that. Oh, what pain! But every single time that I come home from Booster Juice and find out that probably 3 or 4 people have subscribed to this YouTube channel, it means the world to me, because I know that somebody subscribed to this YouTube channel because they watched your video, they saw and they heard your opinion on Descendants of Zombies, your discussion and your conversation and your updates, and they fell in love with your video. It's the greatest honor of my life knowing that I touched somebody's heart. So if you would do me the honor of hitting my subscribe button or hitting my like button, give me probably 15, 20 likes, it would mean the world to me, because in all honesty, I never know how much of a reach each video is going to have on my YouTube channel or how I'm going to be received. But seriously, guys, from my heart to yours, it really means the world to me that I'm able to join you every day and upload this show for you and make it worth your while to watch my videos, because you guys have made me your voice of Descendants of Zombies. That's obviously very apparent to me, but I honestly have never felt more honored to be in your guys' presence to discuss all things and everything Descendants of Zombies the way that I believe it should be received, and it should be talked about in a way that it was forever and always meant to be talked about and broken down and analyzed. I've been called the Descendants analyst. I've been called everything that there is to be called. But in all honesty, guys, this franchise has brought us all together. We formed some kind of an unbreakable bond because of this franchise, and it really means the world to me that I've been able to be a part of each and every one of your lives as a fan of Descendants of Zombies, because that's all I ever am, is a fan of whatever I talk about. I'm far from a critic. I'm far from a journalist. I'm just a fan, and I never ever thought this YouTube channel would be as popular as it is and going to go down in history of being one of the greatest of all time. Because of you, this happened, and because of you, I just want to simply say from my heart to yours, thank you so very much. I will talk with you guys just after sunset tonight once again on everything Descendants of Zombies related, so if you have not subscribed or rang my bell to stay up to date with notifications for everything happening on this YouTube channel, you're not going to miss a single second of the action. I got to go on my lunch break now. I will be back before sunset tonight to talk about everything Descendants of Zombies. Once again, happy Halloween to everybody watching. Halloween 3 days out, and I'm really excited about it. Can't say I'm really excited that 1,000 kids are going to TP my house this year because they know where I live. But having said that, I will be here all throughout Halloween talking about zombies, all throughout Halloween day and into the night. So if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, you're probably going to want to do that. You have been watching the latest episode of Jonathan Clarke Video Blogs, the only YouTube channel that devotes itself and dedicates the rest of his life to uploading Descendants of Zombies videos for you guys. Because if there was one niche I was going to die with and go out with and be happy to die with, it would be Descendants of Zombies. So if in fact there is an alien mothership on the way to Earth to kill us all, then I guess that's the way it's going to have to be. Stay calm and zombie on, everybody, into the foreseeable future, because that's the only way we're all going to make it and survive in this lifetime. Come to think of it, the Amazon truck has not dropped off my copy of the Walking Dead collection that I recently just purchased. Oh my, where are they? Guys, thank you so much for watching. We will talk again just after sunset about Descendants of Zombies and everything that your heart desires and loves.